Hey there, Excel wizards. Welcome to PyExcel Automation with Shiraz. Ever find yourself doing a repetitive Excel dance daily? Well, today we are going to show you magic to automate your daily repetitive stuff with style. Picture this. You got your job and your boss gave you a calling data, of course dummy data. We'll call this boring data, and he asks you to create a summary report showing the total time of accepted calls based on mobile numbers by day or date and update this daily. What would you do? You, being an average guy, will do this. Create a folder called data, or we call this boring data, where you'll save the reports daily. Copy 10 reports, assume we got this much data for now, in this boring data folder. Create and open an Excel file called summary report, which we'll call summary file, and open the first file from the boring data folder. In this file from boring data folder, check if data is in correct order and format. Maybe it needs some cleaning before going into summary file. Check if date is correct. This extension number or mobile number is in right format and duration. All looks fine. Copy this data into the summary file. Make the headers bold, freeze first row, rename tab to data, close the first boring data file and open the second one. Check again if date, mobile number and duration is in correct format. Copy this data from the second file below the data tab in summary report. Change the format of this duration column to time duration. Select all, insert pivot table in a new tab. You need extension number here, duration here. Change it to sum of duration and format as time. You need dates on the top. You, being an average guy, did this summary report and your boss was happy, and it took many hours to create this. Now let's say next day you get this third file, open the file and check date, extension number here. This extension or mobile number is not in correct format. So let's change this so that all numbers are in correct format, and now check duration. Copy this data below the previous boring data in the summary file. Go to the summary tab and update the pivot data source to include this newly copied data. And you update the third day in summary report. You also add a call status filter for answered, just because your boss wanted. Next day, you'll add another boring data into the report, and you do this every day by adding more and more, like forever. But this boring data in our example was very small and required very few adjustments or cleaning up. The boring data your boss gave you might be very huge, complicated, and requires a lot of time in cleaning or transformation. So it will take many hours every day for you, being an average guy. What if you're a smart guy and you wanted to automate this work so that you don't have to do all this long repetitive job every day sitting for hours? Instead, you'll just do some abracadabra magic, create a power query, and your long repetitive work is done in few seconds. You'll have a cup of coffee, just do a click or abracadabra, and your all days long work is done in a couple of seconds by your computer. Now picture this. You, being smart guy, instead of creating your first summary report in normal way, you create this report using Power Query, so that next time it will be a click. You'll create an Excel file called Summary Report Automated. Remember the part of boring data. You got your boring data in data folder under this folder and drive. You go to Excel, data tab, get data from file, from folder, select the boring folder path, click combine and transform files. It will show the look of first file and you click OK. Here you went into the world of magic, which is called Power Query Editor. Let's do some magic. You don't want this column, so delete this. Date column formatted as date. In extension number column, you have some numbers starting from 9 to. You can either have manual formula to create a new column to get rid of that 9 to, or you can let the Power Query create a formula using your example. So filter the data so that you have some extension number with 9 to at the start and some without, and all data is visible in single page. You must do that because your data might be millions of rows and Power Query editor will only show you the first few rows to work with. Filter this date and these two extension numbers. Right click here and create custom column from examples. Call this custom column extension number new. Write the numbers in there which you need as output like this, and it will write its formula from your examples. Get rid of the filter step you did because that was only to create this new column. Click close and load to. Click add this data to data model. You can either get the output in table or only create connections only. Data is loaded. Insert pivot tables from data model. You'll have extension number new here, date here, and duration here. Let's change duration type to sum. It's not working because of format. Go to Power Query editor again by double clicking here. This column is formatted as time instead of duration. You cannot simply convert it to duration because you need differences between two time to create duration. For that, add a custom column like this where it says 12 AM. Create another custom column called call duration with custom formula. Duration column less minus custom column you just created. It'll give you error because you didn't convert it to time. Click here and convert to time as new step. Click insert and done. Format it as duration. You can get rid of these columns. Close and load. Data loading. Group the dates. Go to pivot. Have this new column called call duration. Format the output as time and done. Now you can see you got the 10 days output in single step instead of copying each day one by one. That's the first achievement of you being smart. It might have taken more time if you did it manually, being an average guy, although you might be thinking it took more time than the previous report we created. Since you being smart, you took your chances and did the long version this time. You'll come next day and we'll see what's the benefit. Curious? You had till 10th of March. Let's say next day you got your report for 11th day. Let's copy 11th of March in the boring data folder. You go back to Excel, you do your magic, abracadabra. Click here in data tab, refresh all, and voila, you got 11th March in a fraction of second. What sorcery is this? Let's do this again. You got next day's data, which is 13. You copy here in the Boeing data folder. You come back to Excel and click refresh all, abracadabra. And amazingly, it added 13, the next column, in a blink of an eye. This is how you can say goodbye to your manual work. Again, this was very small example. If you have repetitive work, the focus is on being repetitive, which takes maybe many hours or whole day of your boring office work. Then you can be smart with this magic, Power Query automation, by just clicking while holding your coffee and snacks to see the magic happen. And hey, don't be shy. Give that thumbs up a workout. Drop your thoughts in the comments and hit subscribe for more mind-blowing Excel adventures. Until next time, Excel superheroes, stay magical.